Hello dear students, welcome again to my channel. Today I am going to discuss the topic nature of bonding in phosphazines. So today we will discuss the bonding in the triphosphazine. All phosphazines, whether they are cyclic or chain, they contain an unsaturated group like this, in which it has the 2 coordinated nitrogen atom and the 4 coordinated phosphorus atom, and the nitrogen here is sp2 hybridized and the phosphorus is sp3 hybridized. And we know that the nitrogen and phosphorus both contain the 5 valence electrons. So as it is a sp2 hybridized, so it is having the 3 sp2 hybridized orbital, in which the 2 hybrid orbitals, they contain 1 electron each, and the third orbital it contains the 2 electrons, and the remaining 1 electron in the nitrogen that occupy the unhybridized p orbital. Similarly, the sp3 hybrid orbital, there are 4 sp3 hybrid orbital in the phosphorus atom. So out of the 5 valence electron, the 4 electron occupies all the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of the phosphorus atom, and the remaining 1 electron occupy the 3d orbital. So the 2 sp2 hybrid orbital, which contain 1 electron each, they forms the sigma bond with the other atoms, one with the phosphorus and second with the another this type of the molecules. Similarly, the 4 electrons in the phosphorus atom, they form the sigma bond 2 with the nitrogen atom, one on this side and other on this side, and the 2 halogen atoms. And the pi bonding in the triphosphazines was considered as the d pi p pi or p pi d pi bonding, which involve the d orbital of phosphorus and the p orbital of nitrogen. As I said, the pi bonding between the nitrogen and phosphorus is involving the d orbital of phosphorus and the p orbital of nitrogen atom, so it is called as the d pi p pi bonding. There are several descriptions which suggest the d pi p pi bonding in cyclotriphosphazine. However, the 2 models, one which was presented by the Craig and Paddock and the other one was proposed by the Dewar and co-workers, were accepted. Both of these models have some basic assumptions which I am going to discuss now. These are some basic assumptions which are common to both these models. As they said, the sigma bond framework is made up by the overlapping of the orbitals from the nitrogen and phosphorus atom. As we have seen that the nitrogen here is sp2 hybridized and the phosphorus is sp3 hybridized, so the 2 sp2 hybrid orbital of the nitrogen are overlapping with the sp3 hybrid orbital of the phosphorus, so they are forming sigma bond here and here. Similarly, the remaining 2 sp3 hybrid orbital of the phosphorus, they are forming the sigma bond with the halogen atoms, and 1 electron in the phosphorus is left behind, which is occupied in the 3d orbital, and similarly the remaining 1 electron in the phosphorus, it occupies the pz orbital. So they suggest the pi bond are formed between the phosphorus and nitrogen atom by using the remaining valence electron from the 3d orbital of the phosphorus and the pz orbital of the nitrogen atom. First, I am going to discuss the Craig and Paddock interpretation. What they suggest? They said 1 electron which is present in the 3d orbital, it occupies the dxz orbital in the phosphorus atom, and it overlaps with the pz orbital of the nitrogen atom. Here we can see that this is a shape of the dxz orbital and this is a pz orbital of the nitrogen. So here the zx orbital of the phosphorus and pz orbital of nitrogen, they can overlap from this side and they form the d pi p pi bond. And this type of d pi p pi bonding was called as the heteromorphic NP or pseudo-aromatic pi bonding by the Craig and Paddock. In addition to d pi p pi bond, Craig and Paddock also suggested that additional bonds can also be formed inside the ring by the donation of the lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen atom into the vacant dxy and the dx square minus y square orbital of the phosphorus atom, and this results into the coordinate bond in the xy plane. As the two electrons are donated or shared by the nitrogen itself with the vacant orbital of the phosphorus, so it can be called as the coordinate bond. They named this bond as pi prime or pi dash bonding. Thus, we can say that the bonding in cyclotriphosphazines involves the two type of pi bonding. One is the out of plane heteromorphic pi bonding, and another is the in plane pi prime bonding. Next, I am going to discuss the Devar's interpretation. According to Devar and co-workers, it was suggested that not only the dxz orbitals, the dyz orbitals which are perpendicular to dxz orbitals can also overlap with the pz orbitals. In this case, when the dxz orbital was overlapping with the pz orbital of the nitrogen, the only one side bonding, pi bonding, was proposed to be formed, because in this side there is a mismatching of the signs with the lobe of the two orbitals. However, if we see the dyz orbital, so it can overlap from the both side. So they said that the dyz orbital can also overlap with the pz orbital of the nitrogen atom. So both these orbitals can equally contribute for the formation of pi bond. So they called this type of bonding as a homomorphic NN pi bonding. So on this basis, Devar and co-workers proposed that the dxz and the dyz orbital are hybridized to give a two new orbitals which are directing toward the nitrogen atom, and this results into a localized 3-center bond around each nitrogen atom, which they called as the island of pi character. As we can see here that the two new hybrid orbitals which are formed by the overlapping of dxz and the dyz orbitals, they are both oriented toward the nitrogen atoms. So both these hybrid orbital can overlap from both sides with both the nitrogen atom. So in this case, there is a formation of one node at each phosphorus atom. Now summarizing the whole model into the 5 points, we can say that the sigma bonding is formed by the overlapping of sp2 hybrid orbital of nitrogen and the sp3 hybrid orbital of the phosphorus atom, whereas the heteromorphic NP pi bonding is formed because of the overlapping of dxz orbital of the phosphorus atom and the pz orbital of the nitrogen atom. And the homomorphic NN pi bonding involves the overlapping of dyz orbital of phosphorus atom and the pz orbital of nitrogen atom, and this type of bonding also resembles with the p pi bonding of the aromatic systems. And the pi prime bonding, which involves the lone pair of sp2 hybrid orbital of nitrogen which coordinate in the xy plane with the vacant dxy and the dx square minus y square orbital of the phosphorus atom. And lastly, the island of pi bonding results from the equal participation of dyz and the xz hybrid orbital of phosphorus and the pz orbital of the nitrogen. This is also called as the 3-center island bond. And this is all about this topic. Thank you. Have a Nice day.